Alright. So, before we get started, OBS is telling me that there are frame drops happening. So if there is lag, it is not on my end. I have already closed out everything network-wise that I could close out to actually get it to stop fucking around. So, I don't know what to do about it. It's there's nothing I can do. I've done everything I can already. So, the only thing I could probably do is try to reboot OBS, but that would end the stream completely. So if it persists, if it gets really bad, then I'll just try that. So we'll give it a couple minutes. We'll see if it normalizes. If it doesn't normalize, then I'll just restart it. Atrocious frames. All right, guys, I get it. All right, fine. I'll just hate it when people do this. I'm just gonna reboot OBS. I'll be right back. Guess what? There's still problems. So if anybody bitches in the chat, it's not on me. You know, it is what it is. So I'm going to minimize OBS because again, I have now at this point, after turning off OBS, completely shutting it down, and starting it back up, I've done everything I can at this point. Steam is closed out. Like BattleNet, all of my game clients are closed out. Everything else that could be taking some sort of bandwidth away from my streaming has been closed. I cannot do anything more. So, it is what it is. So, I admittedly get very annoyed when people consistently go, lag. And it's, anybody that does that, you're getting timed out. So, because I see it on my end that, like, yeah, the video is what's lagging and the audio is perfectly fine. So it is what it is. Is it a driver issue? No, it's not. It's not an anything. It's a YouTube issue. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm pinning that at the top. So, with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and start talking. So, let's go ahead and get into it. So, because of course, what we're here for is the new Gundam show, right? That's what we're here for. Yeah, because, yeah, this is really bothering me. I'm going to have to keep trying something. Ah. This is pissing me off so much I'm sweating. What the fuck, YouTube? Why are they This is something that really just annoys me about trying to stream on YouTube, is that every once in a long while, the everything just doesn't work. It's just like, yeah, fuck you. Enjoy the delays. Okay. I think I got it. I think I fixed it. So, yeah, it is fixed. So, I think the problem was the server I was connected to, I guess. I guess that one. There are a couple of different servers that YouTube uses that you can connect to. There's the primary and there's the backup. I was still connected to the backup, which it's kind of a bad indication when you're connected to the backup server and you're having problems. But the primary is perfectly fine. So, whatever. We're good now, right? That's what matters. We're good now. So, let me go ahead and get rid of the pin message. Now I can actually talk. So a couple things before we get into the show. First, let me say, rest in peace. I don't know if you guys heard this today or not. George Wendt passed away. For those who do not know who George Wendt is famously known for being an actor on Cheers. But my favorite thing that I knew George Wendt from was the SNL skit, The Superfans. Because George is from Chicago. So, it's a bummer to lose him. But he was getting up there in age, so, it's kind of what you expect. But even so, it's still sad to hear. So, rest in peace to George, a superfan forever. From a fellow Chicagoan, Ditka. So, he will be missed. He is somewhere with Chris Farley, eating Polish sausage and talking about Ditka. So that is sad. On another note, some of you noticed that the monthly donation goal went up. So I talked about this a little bit yesterday when we had a smaller crowd. Now that there's a lot more people here today, talk a little about it a little bit more in depth. This month's donation goal is going to be different. We're still going to do the F91 stream next week to paint that, see how far I can get within 24 hours. Over this weekend, I'm probably going to finish the Rick Diaz. But this particular this particular goal is one where people, if there is one anime that people have requested that I watch and review outside of Mecha more than anything, it is Frieren. Bar none, it is the single most requested. Simple as. So, I've decided that that will be the goal. If we hit this goal within 11 days, I will add Frieren to my my future review list. As in, I will, because effectively my review list of people who have tried, of people who have sent me money to review a particular show or what have you, I only have one left, and it's Cross-Ange, and I just scripted and recorded the audio and edited the audio for that today. I scripted it last night. So that will, after Godzilla Singular Point, we'll be doing that one. What goal? Like it's right there, man. Look below where I'm pointing. Micah has to review Farron. Cross-Ange is good? Oh, you're gonna hate the review. You're gonna fucking hate the review. Oh no. I fucking hated it. My opinion on Singular Point, you'll have to find out. You'll have to find out. But regardless, the oh, well here's the one thing I will say. Here's the one thing I will say whenever it comes to Cross-Ange. When it comes to Cross-Ange, there are two things that people like about it. One, two. That's it. Other than that, it's fucking garbage. But yeah, that is the goal. We hit the super chat goal. I will review Farron post haste. So, but yeah, it is. It's not a very nice review. It's not a very nice review. It's not. It's pretty mean. Though I do give it a few compliments. There's a couple things about it I do like. A couple things about it that I do compliment, but more than anything, I really did not like that show very much. So look forward to that. And then Godzilla Singular Point. Yeah, it's Godzilla Singular Point's a little bit more up and down. But I will say this, there are Blue Oyster Cult references, as there should be. Yeah. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about good old fashioned GQuuuuuux. Vulcan lives indeed. Thank you, Dan Mason. How's it going, buddy? Also, real quick. What is bigger now, my wallet or my chin hair? The wallet, just barely. I mentioned this yesterday to people or to people at work. Wait, people at work. I'm self-employed. What am I talking about? God, I need more caffeine. To people while I was streaming yesterday, because we did an impromptu rate the mecha of Warhammer 40k. I said one thing I'm planning on doing is growing this as far as I can, and I'm going to braid it. So one thing that I wouldn't mind doing, I don't know if I could pull it off because it would take a lot of money to buy it. I am actively considering going to a convention here in Illinois as a space wolf. Yeah, balanced hydras. Yeah, because let's be honest. Like, if I were to do a salamander, I would have to wear blackface. And I don't want to do that. So, Space Wolves, for me, makes sense. Because I don't really look like a Raven Guard member. I don't have the long hair. You know, I don't look like I'm like in an emo band or anything like that. So Space Wolves it would have to be. And I don't want to go clean shaven like like most of the Ultramarines do. So yeah. So yeah, Space Wolf would probably be the most fitting for me. Just buy a whole Dreadnought frame and become Bjorn the Fell-Handed. That would be funny. But yeah, let's go ahead and do a thing. Let's go ahead and talk about the episode, because we've got 70 people here, which is awesome. Appreciate all of you for stopping by, for sure. So, Machu's Rebellion, the 7th episode of the show. And this one, this one's interesting because I feel like there was a lot of hype last week built up for this episode, you know? And yeah, like Hydra says, if you enjoy the streams, do not forget to hit the like button. Believe it or not, guys, it is a massive help. Like, I can't stress it enough because everything is algorithm, right? Everything is algorithm. So whenever you're live, the bigger the audience and the more likes that it's getting and the more people that are chatting, the more it's of a chance it's going to show up on the front page of YouTube. Not just for people that are already subscribed to the channel, but also for people that are not. So, something to consider. It definitely gives us a big hand. So, this is an interesting one. It didn't go how I was expecting it to go. My expectation going into this was that we were going to see something really interesting going on in regards to the fact that the Titans are here. And not only are the Titans here, they had a Psycho Gundam 2 years before they had it in the original Universal Century. That's really fucking wild. Cyber new types, the whole 9 yards. Like, there are mobile suits in this that exist before they're supposed to be around. So there's that. Then you also have the fact that Kycilia is on the colony. We have no clue why she's there. So on and so forth. So it's really weird that I didn't quite have the same thoughts that I thought I was going to. So let's go ahead and go through my notes real quick. So the episode starts off with Machu giving up the GQuuuuuux to the other girl because she's going to do something on her own and needs somebody to fill in during the clan battle. And she lets the other girl know that the MPs are going after Shuji. What we see after that is a meeting between Kycilia and the guy who's the head of Side 6, and Cameron Broom is also there. Basically what she is looking to do is push a solar ray project, effectively to help the Earth, which I don't buy that for an instant, because for anybody who remembers the solar ray from Gundam, like, holy fucking shit, like, that's not going to help anybody. That's a weapon of mass destruction. Okay, so just to rehash, for those who don't know, the solar ray was how Degwin was killed in the original Gundam, because he was going to meet up with General Revel to try to negotiate a ceasefire, and he got killed by Giran. Now, granted, Giran, I don't know if he knew that his father was there, but he did not care. So there is that to consider. So But they need Side 6's investment to make it because Zeon has no money left. So they're broke. So after that, we finally get a look at our first look at the Psycho Gundam, because it is the refrigeration or the air conditioning unit that they smuggled in. And we also saw the Herbal Burble. The Herbal Burble was here. The Hammurabi. Yes, I actually know how to pronounce it now. The Hammurabi was in here, and it actually looked like a Hammurabi. Like it didn't look that different from the original, which I thought was really cool. The Psycho Gundam did. Psycho Gundam didn't even have a face. You know, it was just this big monstrosity. It really did look very intimidating, though. So I did like its design, believe it or not. It's a very different take on it, but I did like it. So basically what it is that the fight was the GQuuuuuux and the Red Gundam versus the Hammurabi and the Psycho Gundam. And effectively what Machu is doing, the reason that she's not piloting the Quack, is that she has gone to the Pomeranians' base to steal money from Anki. And she does succeed in doing so, but does it after shooting at her when Anki doesn't think she's going to. Which shocked the shit out of everybody, including me. I thought she killed her. And I was like, oh no. Because my expectation when we saw like the preview from the last episode, when we saw the glowing red eyes, is we're going to start seeing Machu start going down a darker path. And it did not happen. So that is a thing. Because I'm like, I saw that, and when I heard the gunshot, the first thing that comes into my head is, oh no, this is going to get very Tamino, isn't it? But it didn't. So shockingly. I was like, oh, okay. Fair enough. And also, yes, somebody pointed it out. Tamino's face is on the money. Which is fucking awesome. I love that. For those who do not know, both Hideaki Anno and his protege, who is the director of this series, are huge Tamino fanboys. Like, I imagine when Anno got the chance to be a writer on this, because it's written by him and the director, I think, to write this, like, he was probably giggling like a little schoolgirl. Like, well, let's be honest, like, Hideaki Anno is like the ultimate nerd if you're Japanese, right? Because this is a dude that grew up as a fan of Gundam, Ultraman, and Godzilla. Guess what he's gotten to do all three of? But that was really cool, and it's always good. I think that this is the first Gundam series in a while that I can think of that actually like has paid tribute to Tamino. So, because GWitch sure as shit didn't, because GWitch seemed to be ashamed to be a Gundam show, whereas this is reveling in it, which is one thing I greatly appreciate about it. Doesn't the Hammurabi mean Shiraka was around? Not necessarily Liquid Operator. The Hammurabi, I don't think he designed that one. He could be around, though. We don't know. We have only seen Basque Ohm so far. We have not seen any of the classic Titans pilots. But at this point in the timeline, he wouldn't necessarily be near Earth. I would think he would probably still be out near Jupiter. But Basque is here 2 years early. You know, we don't know shit. So, oh yeah, he worked on Kamen Rider too. I forgot about that. So yeah. What's really cool about this, though, is when the Psycho Gundam gets up and transforms and starts firing, they use music from Zeta Gundam. I was losing my fucking mind when that happened. I'm like, holy fucking shit, we Zeta now! Let's go! You know? And that was really, really, really fucking cool. So, I was like, oh man, we're doing war crimes. This is the shit. After that, I kind of got a little bummed out. I'm not gonna lie. And let me say, everything I'm going to say after this is purely personal opinion, and all of my predictions up to this point have been wrong. So, like, let's not don't think that I'm like calling it perfectly, because by no means I am a very flawed individual. So, regardless, the mobile suit fight in the colony happens, and it's absolute chaos. The one thing I thought was actually interesting is the cyber new type in this. She was apparently huffing Minovsky particles, which that fucking, I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But regardless, what happens is the fight is not going well for the Gundams. They're getting beat up, and they run away, and they get stuck under a bridge, where everything that's going on, like all the new type activity, starts going crazy. But what happens is that the Quux and the Red Gundam hide under a bridge, and Shuji and Nyan kind of have a thing for them to themselves, sort of, because Nyan, first off, she's kind of not that good of a pilot, but on top of that, she is effectively losing her shit over this because she wants to take Shuji for herself. So there's that, and Shuji is like barely conscious. Like, the love triangle is kind of weird to me, because it kind of feels like it's a love triangle between two teenage girls with severe depression and a dude who I swear is high all the fucking time. Like, it's just like, the girls are like, I want you to love me! And he's like, whoa, dude, pretty colors. You know, like, that's the love triangle. And it is so funny, because he's just so fucking out of his gourd all the time. He legitimately reminds me of some, like, of potheads like I knew in high school. Like, he's just legitimately, he's just off on Mars all the fucking time. He's just like, man, I don't know, dude. And then something weird happens. At this point, the Red Gundam's cockpit reacts to everything that's going on. It opens up, and new type shit starts happening. Quite literally, like, we actually see the Kira Kira, as they call it, which I just like to call going beyond the time, because, you know, don't you want to go beyond the time? But anyway, I have to make more Zeta references. It's in my blood. But as it's called, it's either Char's spirit reacting to it, or something along those lines. But they call it the Zeknova, so I guess that's what I'm going to be calling it from here on in. So effectively, the Cyber New type reacts to it very poorly, to where she goes fucking crazy and activates something in her Psycho Gundam that sheds all of the armor off of it, and it looks like it's got like a musculature underneath it. It was a very kind of like Evangelion moment to it. So that was kind of cool. But the Kira Kira comes out, the Red Gundam and Shuji completely disappear together. They're just gone. Not like they took off. There's a giant circular hole where they used to be. That has to be Psycho Frame. That has to be. They have to be fucking around with Psycho Frame. It does not make any sense otherwise. But anyway, so the MPs and everybody else tries to take down the Psycho Gundam. No effect. The thing has an eye field. So, only way you're getting through it is ballistics normally, which I'll explain here in a second why I'm not a fan of what happens next. But regardless, the Psycho Gundam starts immediately going for Kycilia. Whereas Machu, after her successful theft, she runs out, she finds the GQuuuuuux, but the cops find her. They open fire on her. It opens up her backpack, so she loses her money. But she does get into the GQuuuuuux and takes off. Not too happy about what's going on. The green base tries to stop the Psycho Gundam, has no effect. Xavier comes in, and he's got a Gyan. Like a pure white Gyan. And I was like, oh shit. We're doing Gyan stuff now, huh? Alright. I'm down. So he stands in front of Kycilia to protect her from the Psycho Gundam, but he doesn't really attack. Because the big difference maker that comes in is Shalia Bull himself. And Shalia Bull just wins. Like, he comes in his mobile armor, which is basically an upgraded Browbro, and just goes, nah, I'd win. And that's the end. That's the end of it. Like, it's just... And that's one thing I don't like, is that there's this hype about, you know, the Titans showing up, and just Shalia Bull just shows up and kills them both. Guess I'll die. You know? Like, goddamn. Though, I guess this is what would happen if Shalia Bull survived the 1-year war, because he did run into Amuro. Because Amuro with Shalia Bull in the original series is like, nah, I'd win. You know, and he just kills him. But yeah, anticlimactic is a good word for it. Because he also drops the GQuuuuuux in one shot, too. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh, come on. Like, that made me even angrier. I'm like, he just dropped the Psycho Gundam and then dropped another Gundam. Yeah, but they confirmed that Kycilia is a new type. She could hear the la-la sound. And I have to say, I really did like how it ended, though. So, officially at this point, Machu is a Zeon prisoner. She's literally in the prison cells of the Green Base. Somebody actually pointed out the image of her in the cell is identical to one of Amuro. So a little bit of a throwback there. The other thing is that Nyan has officially joined Zeon and is going to be working with Kycilia. So we're going to get more of Kycilia, it seems. Her and Xavier are going to be around. Xavier has left with Kycilia, who he was originally working for. The other notable thing that Shalia Bull says is that for Zeon to continue and it not destroy itself, at this point, Kycilia and Giran have to die. And I'm like, oh, shit. This is getting really interesting. So, what I will give it is this. You thought it was Zeta, but it was Unicorn the whole time. Oh, God. Will Neon get the Gyan? That would be a great play on sounds. I would be down for that. But anyway, so sadly, but that is sadly the most we're going to see about the girls until the beginning of June. Because next week, apparently we are getting the finale of the 1-year war in this timeline. We are actually going to be following Char in the next episode, which I'm excited about because I love Char Aznable. Y'all know I love Char Aznable. So we're going to get to see Char in the final battle of the 1-year war. And we're going to actually find out what happened when he went beyond the time. We will probably get answers on who the Moonchild is. We will probably get answers on what happened with him and his sister, so on and so forth. We're going to, we saw Makuve, we saw the mass-produced Big Zam, so on and so forth. I'm really excited to see what's going on in this because I didn't watch the movie. So yeah. I'm gonna give you my notes real quick, just kind of my conclusions about it before we just kind of sit here and chat for a bit. The Titans, for all their build up in the last episode, which that was what really got me excited, ended up just not being a factor, at least as of right now. Now Bascom is still alive; he's still somewhere, but the fact that they dropped the Psycho Gundam in this episode just completely destroyed it was very depressing to me. And it's just like both Titans just fucking died. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So much for that. The other now again, they might pop up again in the future. We'll see what happens. A lot of this, I feel like the weakest part of this episode, and some might disagree with me on this. I kind of felt like the weakest part of this episode is the love triangle stuff, because again, it's just Machu and Neon are characters. We now have more development with both of them. I'm starting to see why they spent time with Neon last episode to kind of build her up a little bit. Now we know a little bit more about her. She has no family. She's a complete orphan. She's got nobody. So for her forming a personal connection with a boy so fast makes a lot more sense now. So that's a thing. But the problem with the love triangle, honestly, is it's Machu and it's Neon. Again, they're chasing a guy who is so fucking high he barely recognizes that they're even there. Like, seriously. Like, he's just... I don't get it. I think that a lot of it has to do more with you're a kid, it's a boy, you're attracted to him. It's puppy love, basically. We've all dealt with puppy love, right? Whenever we're younger. I had it, you know, like... It's a teenager thing. They're acting like teenagers. It's kind of what you expect. So, but to me, it's kind of the least interesting part of it all. But it could, you know, they could turn it into something interesting as it goes on. We'll just have to see what happens. But it's just kind of funny to establish that only for the guy who, like, the third part of the triangle, he just fucking disappears. He just goes beyond the time. He's just gone. I was like, oh, okay. But if nothing else, it gives a reason for Neon and Machu to have conflict in the future. So that is something to be considered. But dude is just high all the time, so it's kind of hard to take it seriously. Other thing I would say is that it's kind of the best way I can kind of describe the episode is it's a reset episode. We had an idea of what was going on. We had an idea of what the setting was at the start. We had Side 6. We had clan battle. We had all of that. We had, whatchamacallit? We had the Pomeranians. You know, we had the support crew. We had all of that, right? This effectively does away with all of it. What this kind of reminds me of, has anybody in here ever watched Armored Trooper Bottoms? If you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. Where you've been in a place for a while, and then everybody just picks up and leaves and goes somewhere else for whatever reason. It's sort of like in Bottoms when they all left that first planet they were on, that where Chirico killed all the cops and shit, and then they went on to that war on that other planet. Like that's kind of what they're doing. Is they're doing that here. It's a reset. You know, we're resetting the setting, we're resetting the cast of characters. We're going to still follow our main characters. Now we're going to have more of an emphasis on the background characters and then move forward in that direction, but we might see more of the rest of the Pomeranians at some point in the future. Who knows? So, needless to say, I am praying to God this is the end of Clan Battle. I think it is. I think it is. I think that they're not going to do it anymore. Because effectively this was supposed to be the end of the Clan Battle tournament anyway. But if this is a proper reset, if this is them getting away from it, then any of my fears of this just being another G-Witch are out the fucking door. Because for those who do not remember, my big gripe with G-Witch was that they had this moment where it seems like they were going to reset, where they're going to change everything and we're going to go on to the broader conflict. And they didn't do it. They went back to the academy instead. This doesn't seem like they're going to do that. It looks like they're going to instead go forward with the plot itself and everything that they were talking about. So that to me is huge. It's a big fucking deal. Yeah, sorry. Gotta itch my back here. This is why I keep a back scratcher around. Had this one for like 7 or 8 years and it has not failed me yet. But anyway. So, if nothing else, if we're moving away from clan battle, if we're going back into like your classic Gundam stuff, then I'm a happy man. Because that's what I want. I just want Gundam to be Gundam. I don't want Gundam to be something that it's not. With only 5 episodes left of this season, I think there's going to be more. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot more. So, Machu's mom is still alive. Too bad her reputation is in shambles. Yeah, that's kind of sad. I feel bad for her. I'm curious about who her dad is, because they said he's a diplomat, and I'm like, well, who? Is he gonna be well known? You know? So I'm kind of curious about that. I wonder how that's going to go. But either way, I'm excited. You know, I'm still excited about where the show is going to potentially go. But yeah. See here, Holfax says the production team of the show is doing a panel at AX in July. They're definitely announcing a season 2. Yeah, that would line up because we got 12 episodes, so 5 episodes left. So we got this one, and then we've got 4 episodes of, you know, that would go in throughout June. So yeah, that would make sense. That would line up. Could it be Cameron? No, I don't think it's Cameron. They don't have the same last name. So Shalia wants both Giran and Kycilia dead. Welcome back, Ayuk. That would be interesting. That would be intriguing. But yeah. So that's my thoughts on it. I have to say, pretty good episode. Could have been better. But it could have been a lot worse as well. So, you know, it be what it be. And we have Angry Machu. I'm a little bummed that this didn't go anywhere right here. Because we started seeing her and the fucking Gundam go crazy. And I'm like, where's this going? And then Shalia Bull's like, nope. Who do you think Machu will join Shalia's crew? Probably not of her own volition. I think they're going to use her to test the GQuuuuuux, but she's going to be a prisoner for a while. So. Did the color of the mobile armor remind you of the same color of Big O? It's the Psycho Gundam. It's just the Psycho Gundam. It's just this. That's it. It looks like the Psycho Gundam, but with new stuff. But bigger? No, it's the same size. Same size as the original. Recency bias, I swear to God. Columbia, thank you for renewing your membership for 10 months. God damn. He says, UC 100. Neon's counterattack. He was mine, Machu! That Rastafarian-like airhead was mine! Shut up, Neon, I found him first! That D was mine! Would be the most realistic Gundam since 0079. It's all over some dick. Oh, I could see it. I could see it. I could see it. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's absolutely do it. Let's that be Char's counterattack. That would be so great. I would so be down. This is fucking great. Oh, let's go. But yeah, thank you for renewing your membership. So since we have so many people here, I'm going to talk about something. Very serious. One thing I'm going to tell you guys right now is that I am making a serious push for this being my full-time job. I am making enough money to get by at the moment, but it's enough to get by. What I am wanting to do is I want to do more for you guys. Because right now, what I've got is Shirt Dude is editing videos. I've got On the Grind that we do every week. And that's kind of about it. And then we got streams, right? Here's what I'm thinking about doing. Obviously, I want to go back to two times a week streams. Tuesday, Thursday is what I'm thinking. I would also like to start a lore-based podcast that is members only. The problem that I have, and Shirt Dude also has, because he gets paid out of what I make, is we're not really pulling in enough money to justify it. So here is my question for you guys. Would you be interested in becoming channel members or patrons if we did a podcast every single week based on lore discussion of Gundam and other things? If that podcast was exclusive to members for 6 months. Is that something you guys would be interested in seeing? Already got some yeses. That's always good to see. Because the big thing is I will say this right now, like, I admittedly got the idea from Mr. Bones 40K. He has videos that he actually gives like 6 months to a year of exclusivity for members. I am thinking of doing the same thing. And basically, like, it would be exclusive to anybody who is giving like $5 or more per month, whether it be here on YouTube or on Patreon. It is something you guys are interested in. Okay, cool. That confirms it. What we will do, I will probably do a stream just discussing it. Holy shit, Columbia. Thank you for donating 5 memberships. God damn. So, Therion got one, BC got one, Maximus got one, Insane got one, John Q got one. Nice. But yeah. That is what we will do. I will, what I have to do, what I'm going to need for it, is I'm going to have to get some art done, for it, to actually discuss, or to get, that together, because I have an idea of what it we would do, and it would be me and Shirt Dude doing it once a week, where we would get together and talk about it. I also kind of got some ideas. The goal for Fern didn't increase. Well, that's because that's for just super chats. Can't get a membership. Have to wait a couple of months after subscribing to become a member. Well, yeah, that's why I'm gonna hold off for a bit. But But yeah, the Machu's distracting me. She's mad at me. She's very upset. She saw that I forgot to cook dinner. How dare I? Stop looking at me like that. You're too young to be my wife. Fucking teenagers. Shut up. See, now we're back to a Gundam. The new Gundam, specifically. But yeah. It would be done weekly with me and Shirt Dude. We would do it. But the gimmick is that we need a lot more people as members to kind of justify it financially with his schedule in mind. Because he's a college student, obviously. I have editing duties and stuff that I do as for running Grindstone. So there would need to be financial incentive. But regardless, I do have also something else cool to mention, is that my novelette that I'm working on is almost done. And when that is done, guys, that will be only $5 for the Kindle version, $7 for the physical. So I think Char could be the head of the Titans now. Well, no, he went beyond the time. We don't know where he is. He's somewhere beyond the time. I don't think we're going to know what truly happened to Char until the very end of the show. All we know right now is he went beyond the time. That's basically it. He went to New Type Heaven or some bullshit. So yeah. That'd be a thing. Somehow this all leads back to Idion. That would be interesting. If just the Idion shows up at the end. Just another universe reset. Either that or the Turn A. If either that or the Turn A show up. Now, if Xavier was here, he's not, he's on vacation, but if Xavier was here, he would get mad at me for saying this, but I don't fucking care. For those who don't know, effectively every Gundam universe ends with Turn A. That is the end of Gundam. So Yazan appears to perform better in the Hammurabi. I don't know if we're going to get that far in the timeline, to be honest with you. Still got to watch Turn A? Yeah, I do too, but I'm not rushing it. Like, I'm spacing out my content. Like, Xavier is like trying to get me to sit down and watch it and review Turn A. I'm like, no! We're not there yet! Spacing out content. I want to do this for a long time. I don't want to do this for like 2 years and then do something else. Like, come on, dude. So. Yeah, Best Boy Turn A comes through, resets everything, just shuts it all down. Moonlight Butterfly. Moonlight Butterfly upon ye. Don't I have a meme for that? I think I do. No, I have this one. I have a lot of memes. What is this one? This is something I saw on Twitter, where somebody was bitching again about not knowing where to start with Gundam, and they just sent this to them. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Fucking get it. Oh man. You want a turn A Verka? Oddly enough, there is a Verka of it that has been designed, but I don't see it ever being released. Do I have another good one in here? Oh, I had to find this one. But yeah, Katoki does have a his own design of the Turn A. It's a little bit different. Effectively, what I like about it, Justin Eric, thank you for becoming a zealot. Very much appreciated. What I like about the Katoki version is, I actually like the face better. Because he still kind of has the mustache, but it's also like the old school Gundam face too. So, do you think we'll ever see Shuji not high? I don't know. I kind of hope we get a version of him that's a little bit more like salient. But I had to keep this one. For anybody who watched the video about 0083. Fucking. This is one of my edits. Fuck you, Mancha, you piece of shit. Oh, man. Do I have the one with Matilda? Oh God, I don't know. I do not know. Do I have this in here? I don't think I do. No, I don't have any Matilda memes, sadly. You have this though. Did Mancha die during the Grips War? No, he actually survived it, believe it or not. Have you seen the Barbatos Lupus Master Grade? Are there images of it out now? Let's have a look. Oh shit. Is this the Lupus or the it's just the Lupus, and an expansion kit is planned. Okay, so they're gonna have the Lupus Rex. So it says here, these images are a CG representation based on developmental design data. The images are for illustration purposes. Ugh, excuse me. Have a good one, servant. Yeah, this looks good, dude. I'm looking forward to building it. I will say right now, I will definitely be putting this sucker together, and it will go right over there whenever I also can afford the VDAR as well, which I can't right now. But luckily the VDAR is not expensive, like, at all. It's like 50, 60 bucks. So as far as master grades go, it's not on the high end. So yeah. What would it be? They plan on making a movie from Iron-Blooded Orphans? I don't think so. They had the game Uder Hunt or whatever, but it was like a mobile game, but they did like full animation for it. I think they were supposed to do something with it, but I haven't heard anything about it in a long time. The expansion kits for the Hashmal fight, like the red eye lighting? Really? I was kind of hoping that the expansion kit would give it the Lupus Rex stuff. But then again, maybe they plan on doing a master grade for the Lupus Rex. We'll see. Either way, this looks really good. Like, this looks fucking excellent. I'm looking forward to doing it. For sure. I'm already getting ideas of how I would want to do it. Because my old one had LEDs in it. What do I want to paint that inner frame, though? When I did the Rex, or when I did the normal Barbatos, I did a gunmetal inner frame, which is kind of brownish looking. But this seems to be more grayish. What does it look like in the anime? Now you're about to see my process whenever I put together one of these kits and I paint them. Let's see if we can find something. Those are Gunpla reviews. Amazing Barbatos. That's from Uder Hunt. Barbatos versus Grays. Tekkenan's Last Stand. There's my video about G-Witch. Here we go. The Barbatos versus the Hashmal. Let's have a look. I'm going to sneak around here to kind of... Okay. Oh, this is a good shot of it. So, the inner frame is is more gray than gunmetal, like the original. How do you think Korn would react to the wars in Gundam? He's probably quite entertained by them. Zinch is actually in the chat. Oh no. That's not good. Chaos gods are showing up in my chat. That's not cool. Not good, man. Game over, man. Game over. But so that's really about it. So it would need to be kind of like a darker metallic color. Not like a super shiny one. A dark kind of like gray. Let me have a look at something. See, guys, this is actually my Gunpla process. Like, this is what I do every time. Is I plan out my paints big time. I don't have an inner frame one that I think is going to work for this. So let's actually look at this one. And let's look at the VDAR too. Do a little research. They look like they have very similar colors for the inner frame. But there's some interesting stuff I could do with this. Yeah, it's that inner frame because like the blacks are black. Like that's not really like. And have a good night, Opaz. Um, so that's not too crazy. Grays are grays, blues are blues. It's a lighter blue. I don't know if I have a metallic blue that's that light. I'll have to do some paint mixing. Um, this one doesn't look too bad. Like the reds and the whites and stuff like that. I got stuff I can do with those. It's that gray for the inner frame. So let's have a look. I really like splash paints when it comes to inner frame colors. Where are they at? There you are. So let's go their metalizer line. Dark aluminum. Ooh. We might have found it in one. Ah, there we go. We might have found it in one, guys. I can see it. I could see it. Let me do a thing. So there's that. Then there's magnesium. Oh, that's just a straight metallic black. Burnt iron, same thing. So yeah. So dark aluminum I think is going to be where we go with this. And then use a brighter metallic for the inner pistons, which these are molded in kind of like a shiny plastic. Usually whenever you see them on Gundam kits. I'm not a big fan of it though, so I still paint over them. Have I ever reviewed Gundam Wing? Yeah. Dude, not only did I review Gundam Wing, I reviewed it, then I did a deep dive on it. I did like a full series. Might be my best one, to be honest with you. But yeah, the Gundam Wing review on my channel is called In Defense of Gundam Wing. But yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. So, and I think it'll work. Actually, you know what? I might actually get the magnesium or actually I think I liked the burnt iron a little bit more. I think I'm actually going to get the burnt iron for the VDAR. And maybe do some like splashes of like a little bit lighter of a metal on the piping. I think that would be really cool. So, you didn't review G-Unit or Frozen Teardrop though. I will never review Frozen Teardrop because it's stupid. G-Unit will probably get reviewed on its lonesome at some point. But yeah, the VDAR has a very well. Actually, no, it has a more silvery inner frame. It's got these black armor pierces here and there, pieces here and there. So, regardless, I will buy that later. Blech. While we're talking Gunpla, I wonder if there's anything interesting on P Bandai these days. Let's have a look. Category, model kits. So they've got the Zaku 2 Uma Lightning. They've got a Gym Command space type. It's master grade. They have the mass-produced Hyaku Shiki. Real grade Phoenix, perfect grade Unicorn, final battle version. Makuve's Goof, Garma's Zaku 2. Bunch of chibi stuff. Oh! Okay. They're doing F90 things again. I think the rest of this we've seen before. But yeah, for anybody who wants the heavy weapon expansion for the high new Gundam. Oh, that shield looks like Garbo. That shield pattern is so ass. Get that out of here. Get that shit out of here. Oh my god. Anything interesting? Else interesting here? They've got the Leo modifications from that. Oh hey, the Vigna Zira. What else we got? The Jagan Type D, which I would definitely like to get my hands on at some point. Let's say it with me, chat. Because she's a woman. This kit, by the way, is fucking awesome. I'll just say that right now. It's one of my it's one of my favorites. But showed my reviews of Seed and Seed Destiny to my friends, show them what a train wreck the series was. You're gonna like the Cross Hands review when that one comes out. But I want to get one of these at some point for Hatman. Hatman loves the ball, so I think this would be really cool to give him at some point. Anyway, I think that we've kind of done everything that there is to do in a day. So if you enjoyed it, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Other than that, I am going to take off for the evening, go figure out what I want to have for dinner, and then find something to work on. So, appreciate all you guys coming by, hanging out, as always. We will be back next week with more GQuuuuuux discussion, and so on and so forth. But until that time, my name is Micah Curtis, favorite vanilla gorilla. Have yourselves a great rest of your day. But don't go beyond the time. I expect you back